Hello, welcome to our channel. We appreciate each and every one of you. You are the salt of the earth. You are the people that make the world go around. And I appreciate having you. You are the most important people on this planet. So, to the smartest audience in the world, I say welcome. We're going to blow through the story really quickly. Trump signs historic Middle East peace treaty. This is very historic because he signed a peace treaty with a lot of Arab nations. The hostages are coming home. First, a little note from our advertiser, because this is very important to you. Silver, there is no silver. Nobody can seem to buy silver except from Noble Gold Investments, 877-646-5347. There is a worldwide shortage of silver, and they've stopped silver from going up. It's bouncing around at 51.50. What's going to happen when London stops controlling silver? It's going to go through the roof. It's just going to go through the roof. And gold is at 4,200. We've gained, from 2,000 to 4,200, we've gained over 110, 120% on our gold in the last 2 years, while the banks are offering, 3.5%. Come on, Pioneer Mutual Fund is 4 to 4.5% on their money market fund. So the banks are desperate. Which bank is this? I mean, we got something from one bank. This is Kitsap. Oh, if you got 10,000 or more, $3 or 3.85%. Ooh, while we gained 110% on our gold in the last 2 years. You think I'm going to invest in a bank where one little burp and we lose our bank account? I remember Lafayette Federal Savings and Loan. I go in there one day and they grab my passport and they wrote the number down. I said, what happened? Our entire system crashed. We have to add all the money back into the account. You think I'm going to trust in computers? You're mad. No, I'm going to have Bitcoin. Trust in computers is going to take me a year now to get my money out of Bitcoin through Coinbase. They're the rottenest, stinkingest place to put Bitcoin. I'm going to invest in gold with Noble Gold. There ain't no way I'm putting a dime in anything that has to do with the computer. That's pure, utter insanity. Anyway, at home here in the United States, Circle K, Casey's Food, and Wawa are all owned by BlackRock. CIA, Larry Fink, who claims to be a Jew but is a Satanist. So they bought the stock in these companies and they closed 400 of them down, and they're closing another 100. That means they'll have closed 500 down, affecting 10,000 jobs in America. Go BlackRock. Let's just close it down. But we said this eons ago. We saw the cities burning because there are no stores in the cities and people need food. And they're going to do anything they can do to get food. Rob, lie, cheat, steal, murder, just like the FBI. So there's all kinds of stores closing in cities. You make shoplifting illegal, like here in Tacoma, where I can walk into a store, steal up to $1,000 worth of goods. Actually, I can steal $10,000 worth of goods. I can go into Home Depot and steal a lawnmower and walk right out. This has been going on for 10 years, and now the stores are closing. Sorry, they're still spraying us. Whatever they're spraying us with is nasty because it's way off coast where you can't see it. Anyway, so the stores in Congress are closed. And if you read a story about Congress saying this and the Senate saying that, it's an absolute lie. Nancy Drew walked through D.C. Sugar Bee on YouTube. She walked. Good luck getting the channel. They censor the heck out of her. Anyway, she walks through D.C. There's nobody there. There's nobody there. She's got a camera. The live cameras that are there show nobody in the halls of Congress, nobody in the Senate. There hasn't been anybody there for 5 years. They're empty, except a few tents with people sponsored by GoFundMe, screaming and hollering at people as they walk by, driving tourists away. Why aren't they arrested? Because they don't want to arrest them. So Nancy Drew's channel is very clear. Chucky Schumer is drinking $1,000 a bottle glasses of wine as he parties, as the Democrats are in Yountville. They won't come back until the 21st or 22nd or 23rd. I remember last time Chucky Schumer shut down the government in 2018, there was news every day. The world was going to end just because the government didn't work for 30 days. And then they all got paid back, so no biggie, right? They got a 30-day vacation. Well, not this time. This time Trump's laying people off. I hope he lays them all off. Except be gentle with the IRS. I have a great relationship with the IRS. Don't want to destroy it. Anyway, Chucky Schumer shutting down the government in 2018 because he just didn't like not paying the illegal aliens. Now Trump says no more money for illegal aliens. It's over. It's done. There is no money. The cupboards are dry. There's no quarters under the couch cushions. And the press is completely silent as the Democrats are spending $5,000 a day of your money in Yountville. $1,000 a bottle of wine on your nickel. You're paying for it. You're getting laid off and you're paying for it. You think maybe you better get off your buff and start doing something? Nah, just sit there and die. Anyway, and as we go into a VA facility, we find that at the VA hospital, and we find at the VA healthcare facilities, that the VA has to bring in so many Medicare patients, and so many Medicaid patients, and so many self-funding patients, and so many homeless, and so many of this, and so many of that, that veterans are put to the side. That if you have an emergency room, and you've got a long list of veterans dying of something they got while in service, you have to pick the Medicare patient in the emergency room to meet your quota. He's got a sore toe, so you have to pick let the vets die. At the VA facility, the motto is let the vets die. You think I'm kidding? Ambassador, veteran, still a captain, been to the VA. If you don't take their narcotic drugs, Prozac, an LSD derivative, a serotonin inhibitor versus a serotonin re-inhibitor, if you don't take their LSD, if you don't take their narcotics, you don't get health care at the VA. You go in there because you chopped your leg by mistake, you fell off a ladder, you put rebar through your leg, went to the VA facility, waited an hour with rebar through my leg. They stuck a Q-tip in it and left me there. I said, can I steal your cane? Yeah, they wouldn't even put a Band-Aid on it. This is the VA, and now we're finding that they have to have a certain percentage of Medicaid, illegal aliens at the VA hospital. The VA hospital is not for veterans, it's for illegal aliens. You go there, a lot of people don't speak English. Sorry, it's whatever they're spraying on us. It's horrible. I wish Trump would shut down the 55th and 60th Air Wing. But no, they're spraying offshore, spraying us, so we can have thunderstorms and create more fires. Anyway, so the VA facilities still must be a certain percentage of Medicaid. Oh, I'm sorry, you chopped half your leg off. You wait. You got a sore finger. You're an illegal alien. Come in. We'll take care of you. And the doctors are 40-hour wonders. They give them 40 hours of training. They go through a book about this thick with big letters. And then they take a test at the end, and then they become a doctor. So the illegal alien is brought in. They're given the test over a 2-week period. They're paid $176,000 a year of your money. They're given the test, and then they're a doctor. They don't know the difference between tuberculosis and malaria, but they're a doctor. And the nurses are 20-hour wonders at the VA. You take 2 hours a night, so you work 6-hour shift. You take 2 hours of the course. You do that for 10 days, and they go page by page through this thick book. It takes about 1 minute to go through each page. And then you take the test, and you're a nurse at the VA hospital. They don't know the difference between hives and hemorrhoids. These people are insane. They're illegal aliens. The last VA doctor we went to, beyond the last one, but the one before that was a prostitute in Kiev. They brought her here. The VA made her a refugee, paid her $176,000 a year, sent her through 4-hour-a-day classes for 2 weeks, and made her a doctor. And I don't think President Trump knows this, and I don't think Douglas Collins, the head of the VA, knows this. They've denied all veterans any rewards for saving the VA $1 million, $1 billion, $1 trillion. I saved them $1.5 billion, not $1 in reward. I don't think Douglas Collins knows it, because if he knows it, God's going to flatten him, and he will be completely flattened for the rest of his life. I can't believe what they're spraying on us. Unbelievable evil coming out of the U.S. government. The smaller the government gets, the better the world gets. And finally, We're going to find out if Douglas Collins does anything. And finally, second to finally, Monica Crowley is the protocol officer for the State Department. Monica Crowley, we can't write you, we can't call you, we can't get a hold of you. So I'm going to do it on YouTube and Rumble, and I'm going to do it on BitChute. Monica, if Putin appointed a member of foreign royalty, because there still is foreign royalty in Russia, not the Russian Republic, and he came to America, and the U.S. State Department orchestrated the robbery of his home, the theft of millions of dollars of his money, and the destruction of his property, and treated him like garbage, do you think there would be tension between Russia and the United States? Because the United States treats a member of foreign royalty like a piece of garbage? Do you think maybe they'd have a coup and a war between Russia and the United States? Do you think that war can be solved as long as the United States State Department treats that member of foreign royalty like garbage? Do you think maybe there would be tensions between Russia, China, India, and versus the United States if members of foreign royalty? India treats foreign royalty like kings. Russia treats foreign royalties and foreign ambassadors like kings. I don't know about China, never been to China. But the West, especially the United States and Austria, oh my God, they're horrible. They treat foreign ambassadors and members of foreign royalty like garbage. Do you think that would create some East-West tensions? Do you think, Monica Crowley, do you think maybe treating foreign royalty and foreign ambassadors, stealing from them, trying to murder them, arresting them for giving people money, do you think arresting them for giving people money is the answer to protocol? Do you think when he goes on to base, because he's still a member of the military, do you think when he goes on, although the IRR, do you think when he goes on base and he's treated like a scum bucket, that wouldn't create tensions between the East and the West that would lead to war that continued for 2014 to 2025? It's 12 years. Do you think maybe you need to get off your fat butt? Well, actually, you've got a real cute butt, so I'm not going to go there. But do you think maybe you're going to have to get off your rear and fix that? Nah, let it go. Let the war continue. Let hundreds of thousands of more people die. Go ahead, Monica Crowley. Let the death roll up on your shoulders. And finally, Trump signed a historic Middle East peace agreement. No press. Nobody, ABC, NBC, CBS, Time Magazine puts out a bad picture of President Trump because they're funded by a libtard source. They're not arrested. Trump needs to arrest the owner of Time Magazine and dozens of other press outlets, but he hasn't arrested them. That's on him. He spat on God, God's spitting back. So this is what he did in one day. This is how he created peace. He flew to, this is all in one day. Trump is working harder than anybody for peace. He's doing it his way, not God's way, so nobody's listening, but he's still trying. He flew to Israel, spoke to the press, met with the Israeli leaders. Then he spoke with the press. Then he met with families of hostages. Then he got all the hostages released. Then he delivered a very hilarious speech to the Knesset. It was kind of hilarious, actually. He said, can you imagine the hostages coming home after 2 years? I fly here, we sign a peace treaty, they come home. Hamas is scared. If Trump goes in there, he'll kill every one of them. So then, after he gave a speech to the Israeli Congress, he did an interview with the press. Then he flew to Egypt in Air Force One, which still has loose bolts right here on the down of the landing gear. Then he met with the Egyptian president. He spoke with the press in Egypt. He took a photo and chatted with individuals. Dozens of world leaders were there he spoke with. He took photos with them. He signed a historic Gaza peace deal, a historic Middle East peace treaty, which included Israel, Palestine, Egypt, Jordan, Syria, and Saudi Arabia. And then he delivered another speech. He met privately with the world leaders again. First he had an open speech, and then he flew back to the United States. They're calling him the great president of peace. That's the Nobel Peace Prize. Society gives it to somebody who doesn't know how to write. they become irrelevant. We need to start our own peace prize process. So that was all in one day. There is nobody who has worked harder for peace than President Trump. That's all one day. He goes to Israel, meets with the press, talks with Congress, meets with world leaders, flies to Egypt, meets with world leaders, meets with the press, signs a historic peace agreement, addresses Egyptian politicians, then he meets with world leaders, and then he flies back home, all in one day. That guy, they don't give him any rest. So when he finds out that what the VA is doing, and when he finds out what Monica Crowley's doing at the State Department, which has caused massive conflict between China, Russia, and the United States because of the way they treat foreign royalty and foreign ambassadors. When he finds out about this, he's going to blow a lid, especially when this person warned him the day before Air Force One went down that it was going to go down. He warned the entire world that Air Force One was going to go down, and it went down with him and Monica in it. And the world is going to find out, Trump's going to find out, that he's been duped by people like Monica Crowley, who don't even give a rat's rip that the United States treats these people like garbage. You see, in 2007, the market went down after they arrested a foreign ambassador. Russia pulled the bottom out of the oil market, pulled all their oil off the market. Oil spiked to $200. Bush had to run to Saudi Arabia to increase their oil production. They had to move troops into northern Yemen to suck the Yemenis oil dry. And that all happened within 24 hours. The market went from 14.2 to 6.9. What happens when Trump finds out that Monica Crowley is asleep on the job? May, June, July, August, September, October. So she's had 5.5 months to fix this. And the head of the VA's had 8.5 months to fix the VA, and he hasn't. So same old, same old. That was his saying in forestry. Same old, same old. I'm working on this lumber sale. I'm doing this and I'm doing that. Same old, then you go out to work. Well, it's the same old, same old. Vets still can't get health care. And if a foreign ambassador or a member of foreign royalty comes to the United States, they steal his property and destroy him or her. Unbelievable evil within the United States government. And when Trump finds out Monica Crowley is a liar and not doing a job, he's going to hit the roof. God bless. Thank you very much. Tomorrow we have a very exciting show, and we'll talk about that tomorrow. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning.